there, awesome folks. This is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally, guys. When you are applying for these jobs and you actually get an interview, interview's coming up, and one of the things that you always hear career coaches or people in the HR space tell you to do is research a company. But how do you really do it? So we're going to go over 3 ways you can research a company. Stay tuned. Hey there, awesome folks. Listen, we want to jump right in here and get to the research of the companies, because if you're getting ready to go on an interview, or you're looking to, let's say, for example, you have a friend that is working in a specific organization, and or you're seeing a lot of great things being published about this company and things of that nature, but you also want to make sure that you do your own personal research. Okay, number 1 way to research. 1, research your potential. If this is a company that you're getting ready to do an interview for, number 1, start talking to current and past employees. If you don't know any of them personally, there's this thing called LinkedIn.com, where all those folks that are working for organizations, because part of how you build your LinkedIn profile is with your current and past. That's something that I actually help people do. You can go to mentorshelley.com/consultations. You would go to the console, browse all services, and go to the LinkedIn profile setup if you don't already have that done. However, if you are familiar with LinkedIn, you can use it to help you research this particular company. You can go on the company profile on LinkedIn, read all the information, see who's connected to that company. And if you are 2nd or 3rd connection with that person on LinkedIn, go ahead and send them a DM. Hi, I am so-and-so. You introduce yourself. I'm actually looking to, I'm doing research on XYZ company because I'm thinking of applying. You don't tell them that you've already gotten an interview. You got to tell them everything. Just say, I'm really looking into finding out more about the company. I just have 2 questions, if you don't mind answering them. What is it that you like about the organization since you've been working there? And make sure you do your research and you see what time frame they work there for. And you got to look at their profile for that. Work your way through people. See how, for the time that you've been working there, how do you like the organization? That's 1. And then 2, what are 2 or 3 things that the organization could improve on? 2 simple questions. That'll give you insight from someone that's in the organization already. You can find out how the company works, and they may give you the professional answer, or it may just be real with you. I'll tell you that this does work, because I was in a particular role maybe 5 years ago. Well, not 5 years, yeah. 5 years ago, I was in a specific role on the insurance side. And I left that role and I was at another job. But the person that came in and actually filled my position, because I think it was because I relocated or whatever, and the person that came in and filled my position at that location actually sent me a DM. Listen, hi, I understand that when you were in this role, you created XYZ, this and that. Can you help me? Can you give me some insight as to how to be more successful in this XYZ role, whatever? She hit me up on LinkedIn. She wasn't afraid. So if you guys are doing your research on companies, don't be afraid to reach out to people. And I answered her, and I was very upfront and honest, because I'm not going to set her up to fail. I'm going to tell you, do you want to know the truth, or you want me to give you the sugarcoated story? I gave her the truth. So I was able to help her. But people are willing to help if you ask nicely for help on LinkedIn. That's a great place to connect with the people that actually work with the organization. Number 2, go and check out their ZipRecruiter ratings. It's so important to read all the ratings. There are some companies that actually go in and delete all the bad ratings, but keep looking. You might find some honest folks out there. And some of them might be good, but you have some improvements that they say the company can make. Go through that company, search by that company name, and read their ZipRecruiter ratings and why their ratings are where they are. It's important. You may want to also check Yelp to see what it is. Check their Yelp ratings and their ZipRecruiter ratings, depending on what kind of company it is. They may not be on Yelp, but it definitely will be on ZipRecruiter because at one time or another, they've posted a job there. All right. And of course, number 3, check. I'm going to tell you to do some research in some places that I'm normally scouring. Go on the Department of Labor website, DOL.gov, and check their open cases and check their closed cases. Search for that company to see if they are in legal trouble with any of their past or any of their former and current employees, to see what kind of organization you're dealing with. Yeah, you want to check them out and see if they got some pending cases. Because if they have pending cases of doing some illegal stuff and they're now having to pay, or they have to adhere to punitive damages, or they didn't pay some employees overtime. I found some cases, boy, on the DOL. Making sure that the employer that you're about to go to or you're about to interview with does not have open cases. And if they do, you might want to think twice. So it's important to do your research. Talk to past and current employees on LinkedIn. Check the ZipRecruiter and Yelp if they have a Yelp profile, or Google profile if they have one. Do your research. And 3, check DOL cases, current and past cases that are closed, to see if that employer has open cases or they have ongoing cases where they're doing their employees wrong. So those are 3 ways you can research companies, but there are other ways, guys, that I go through with you when we work together one-on-one in my interview coaching. You can go to mentorshelley.com/consultations, and then you would click on the interview coaching. Go ahead and book that consult with me. I go through all of this with you, not only just how to research, what to ask, how to prepare mentally, and of course, physically with your resources and things of that nature. We get into detail. I want to make sure you are pristine, prime, sharp, and ready for your interviews. Of course, guys, if you definitely just want to make sure you get some tools before the interview, then I do have an interview audio series available at mentorshelley.com/interview. Guys, at the end of the day, you want to make sure that, yes, you're interviewing with companies, but you want to make sure that the companies are the right fit for you too. So the research you do is going to be paramount. Guys, of course, if you have questions, just general questions, you go to mentorshelley.com/contact, or you can leave me a voicemail or an email message, and I'm more than happy to return your voicemail or email within 24 hours. The company has to fit you just as much as you would fit for the company. So doing your research is absolutely key, because they're doing research on you. So you do research on them. All right, guys, take care. You have a good one. Bye.